Hi everybody, Hetty here. I just wanted to check in and say hello. I am here in upstate New York, sitting amongst the trees in my bedroom, and it is really lovely to be up here right now. I also wanted to share with you some techniques that I use to relieve neck and shoulder tension. This is an area that a lot of us hold our tension and stress. So if this sounds like something that that you could use, I invite you to follow along. So we're just going to start by checking in and to see where we're starting from today. Right, so you can just start by rolling your shoulders a little bit. Very simple. Rolling backwards, doesn't have to be a big movement. Right, rolling backwards, rolling forwards, noticing if there's any like kinks or knots or places of tension as you move. And you can also just move your arms a little bit, see how it feels to lift and lower your arms. Does it feel easeful? Does it feel a little sticky, right? Moving in any direction. And then we're going to start by taking the left hand to your right shoulder, and you're going to go a little bit higher than where you really consider your shoulder to be. So your thumb is going to be touching your neck. And for a moment, just feeling what's underneath your hands. So you may be feeling your clothes, your skin, right? You're also feeling your skeleton, so your bones, your muscles, right? There's also a lot of fluids and cells here. And so the technique that we're going to do is called muscle sponging, right? That I learned from the Franklin method. And so you can start by squeezing the muscles as if they were a sponge, right? And so release the squeeze. And you're imagining a big sponge in your shoulders, upper back, and neck, and you're squeezing that sponge, releasing the old, dirty fluids, water that we don't want anymore. And when you release the squeeze, the sponge is going to fill and spread across your shoulders, upper back, and neck. So you're squeezing and releasing. And you can lift the shoulder up as you squeeze and drop it down as you release. So you're lifting and squeezing, dropping down and releasing the squeeze. And do that a few more times. Lift and lower, squeeze and release. It's also a good time just to check in that you're mindfully breathing, right? So there's some nice smooth breaths going on. And then after this last squeeze, we're going to move the arm around. So again, just moving the arm in any which way, up and down, left and right, side to side, forward, back, as you squeeze and release. So you're still doing the muscle sponging as you're moving that right arm. Good. And then last here, you're going to take your left hand into a little fist and you're going to tap. Tap the neck, tap around the shoulder, tap the arm, you tap all the way down. So tap, 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 tap. And then a little brush. So just brushing off. Ooh, got a little scratch too, a little itch. You're going to brush, brush, brush any last little bits of tension that you may still be carrying in your shoulder. Now it's all gone. So take a moment and notice the difference between your two shoulders. You may feel a difference right away in stillness. You can also move the shoulders again a little bit. So rolling. Yep, definitely feeling a lot more ease of movement in the shoulder that I just released tension from. You can also move your arms again. So just seeing how that kind of translates into movement, a lot more freedom of movement, lighter in the arms, lighter in the shoulder. So let's do the other side. So right hand, left shoulder. Again, you're going higher up than your actual shoulder. Your thumb is touching your neck. You're a little bit more like on the upper back muscles here. And before we move, we just feel our hand resting on us. What's below the hand, right? Skin and muscle and bone. And there's also fluids and cells. And that's really what we're kind of going for, that squeeze of the fluids out and then that fresh fluid coming back in, right? So we're squeezing and we're releasing. We're still imagining that sponge, right, spreading across the back when we release. Breathing as you go. You can also lift the shoulder and release. Lift the shoulder and release as you squeeze and release. And you breathe just a few more times like this. This side needed it a little bit more. right? And then you're gonna start to move your arm around as you squeeze and release your muscle sponge, as you move your arm in a variety of ways. There's no right or wrong direction. You're just moving the arm in any which way. As you squeeze and release, you're still muscle sponging. And you're still breathing mindfully. Keep going. Another few moments. Good. And then you're going to use your right hand in a little fist to tap, tap, tap. Tap around the shoulder, up to the neck, upper back, and down the arm. Tap, tap, tap. Good. And then last little bit is just brush. Right? Brushing away your tension as if it were dirt. Don't need it. Don't want it. Right? Brush, brush, brush. And someone else can sweep it up later. All right. So let's take that moment again to compare and contrast. To notice if a change has been created, and we can roll the shoulders. Ooh, so much lighter. Could go in the other direction. I do this throughout the day, just like when I remember when my neck is calling to me, I'll just do a little muscle sponging wherever I'm at. You can move your arms again. It's such a quick way to create change. It's pretty amazing. And then the last thing we'll do is just take a few breaths, right? When we release neck and shoulder tension, the breath actually has a lot more space to move. The lungs have more area to expand in. And something else that's interesting about releasing neck and shoulder tension, that tension in the mind tends to quiet a bit too. So I think we can all use a little bit of that right now. So close your eyes. Take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. We'll just take a few breaths here. Noticing the belly rising, the ribs expanding, the lungs extending big all the way up to your collarbones when you inhale. When you exhale, just that general softening in towards your center, the shoulders melting. Inhaling that expansion into the upper back too. And when you exhale, that overall just softening. And just one more breath like that. Big full breath in. And long, easy, full breath out. All right, so I hope this helped. I hope you followed along. I love you all and see you in class. Online, of course.